Welcome back, my friends, to my math channel. Today, we're continuing with Module 4, Lesson 15. And the objective today is to multiply non-unit fractions by non-unit fractions, which means that the numerator doesn't have a 1, and the numerator of the second fraction does not have a 1. They're not units. They're numbers higher than 1. So, step one, when you have a simple multiplication that says 2/3 of 3/4, that is simply a multiplication. That is 2/3 of, well, let me just write it as a multiplication immediately. So that's 3/4. And when you solve it, you multiply across the numerators times numerators. 2 times 3 equals 6, and 3 times 4 equals 12. And as you can see, this number, I was sharing with one of my students, when you look at this number, how do you know what number you divided by? Well, if you look at the 6, that will be the first factor. So if I do factors of 6, 6, 12, 18, 24, then I look at my factors. If 6 and 12 are part of this sequence of factors of 6, then both of these numbers can be divided by 6. So 6 divided by 6 equals 1, and 12 divided by 6 equals 2. So 6/12 is the same as, it's an equivalent fraction for 1/2. So now we can say that 2/3 of 3/4 equal 1/2. Okay, now let's show a solution with the tape diagram. The tape diagram, and we're going to use the same 2/3, the same problem of 3/4. So we got to show first how much what is in existence. So that is 3/4. So we're going to make 3 divisions to get 4 parts. And so, and the numerator says that 3 parts are shaded. So we're going to shade 3 parts. Okay. And again, it is crucial that we label everything in mathematics so it's a lot clearer and easier to understand. So I can clearly see that this is 3/4. Now, how much was taken out of 3/4? Well, 2/3. And the denominator tells me that I have to divide this into 3 parts. Okay? And the numerator tells me that out of those 2 parts, 3 parts, 2 are shaded. So we're gonna do that. This is 1/3, 2/3. And now I need to label for easier understanding. So I know that this is right here, from here to here is 2/3. And where this overlap, where these fractions overlap, that's the answer. So what is the answer? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4 times 3 equals 12. That is 12 parts in the whole. And how many are shaded? 3 and 3 equals 6. 6/12. And these must match your number, the number that, not this one right here, but this one right here. That's a number that you did with the algorithm. All right, let's try one more problem. So same objective right here, and we're looking at a similar problem. So we're gonna multiply it. Okay, step one, first you multiply 2/3 times 2/3. Multiply numerator times numerator, that will be 2 times 2 equals 4. 3 times 3 equals 9. So now we have 9/4. And notice that these two numbers are, one is even and one is odd. Most likely they do not. That's the lowest term that we can have. Now we're going to look at a number 2, which is step 2. Solve with fractions, with the fraction model solution. So here we go. So our first number says that we have 2/3. So we're going to show 2/3. So here is 2/3. And we're going to color those 2/3. Again, It is important because visually this is what helps your brain understand this problem better. Now we're going to multiply by the second 2/3, which means we have to have thirds across. So there we go. And this is going to be 2/3. Now remember, we have to highlight it to show the whole part. So 2/3 goes all the way to the end right here. And as you can see, your answer is going to be a total of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 times 3 equals 9. So that's 9 is the whole. And these two fractions, when they are divided by each other or multiplied, in this case, it gives you, where they overlap, gives you the numerator, which is exactly what we had on the top. My friends, watch these videos. I am creating them for you to help you in mathematics. Signing out, your coach, Mr. Magno.